Hey, hey. Alright, let me pull you guys back up. There you are. Alright, what's up, everyone? I don't know why chat's not working. But, let me get you guys over here so I can see. Alright. So, welcome. Sorry I was late, guys. I had so much to do within like a 40-minute time frame. And I was like, I'm never going to get it done. I had to print stuff out. I had to take pictures. I had to upload it to the website. It was a little nightmare. Plus, I got 2 teenagers inside who, let's just say, thank God I'm not a teenager anymore. I would not want to go through the breakups of a teenager anymore. No, 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 no. Thank God I'm not. So, I was playing the theme song. Good job, Lucy. Good job. I was wondering if anyone would realize if that was from the movie. All right, so before we get into the case, it's candle time. So with all the crazies, now I want you guys to hear this first. Carol, you're not included because I already sent you one. But, well, I'm send it today. I'm feeling fine. I want to explain the candle line so nobody gets their panties all bunched up. When I was thinking about all the cases that have gone on, and wait till you guys see the case that Audra sent me today. Holy jamolies. When I think about true crime, I think about this community. I think about how fucked up so many people are, and mental illness is a real thing in this community. However, me putting out funny name candles and stuff have nothing to do with the crazies in the community. They're actually healing candles. Like, I have ADHD, as we all know. I make no qualms about it. And there are certain essential oils that are meant for ADHD. And I decided to experiment around while it's been slow. Experiment around. And I've actually come up with some really, really good, amazing essential oil scents. And some of them more... I think some of them came out better than I even anticipated they would, and I'm very proud of them. And the line is actually healing. It's a healing candle line. Now, the names are going to be funny, like Girl, Sit the Fuck Down, or Calm the Fuck Down, or All Aboard the Bipolar Express, because that's still my personality. I'm still going to put my personality into my candles. Obviously, it's my business. So I just don't want anybody to take anything personal that this is, that I'm bashing somebody with bipolar or ADHD or anything else. It's one of those, you have to make fun of it at this point. Like, I make fun of my ADHD. I laugh at myself that, I'm 50 years old and I'm never coming off ADHD medicine. But, it's such a part of who I am. And just like Phoenix with his Asperger's, that's who he is. We embraced this when he was 6 years old. That's who he is. My ADHD is who I am. I'm never going to change it. It is what it is, and that's it. And, I've learned that that's okay. It's part of me. So I just want to explain, these candles are meant to heal. They're really healing candles, even though the names are geared towards the crazies. But the oils themselves and the candles themselves are actually meant for healing. So I just want to put that out there. What? I'm live. I can't.
Okay, she can.
Sage, what?
Oh, Michael wanted to give you a hug.
What?
Michael wanted to give you a hug.
Oh, tell him he can hug me tomorrow. So, yeah, remind me never to be a teenager again. So, my thing is, so I didn't have a lot of time because you guys know I've been busy, but I didn't have a lot of time to do what I wanted to do and do the complete line. So I only have 2 of them up right now. I have the full prices on there. I forgot to put the discount price. If you buy them tonight, hold on. One of them also has a, I changed the label. The one that's on there is not the dead set one, but it's pretty close to the new label. So if you do order one tonight, you are going to get a new label. It's going to look way better than the one that's on there, but I just didn't have a lot of time. So, hey, Susan. Laura, someone went live with your name on the title. Want to know who it is? I could care less. All right. So let me put the discounts on there. I can't believe I've got the discounts. Oh. And you also have a choice of if you want a wood wick or if you want the cotton wicks. All wicks are top notch right now. No more problems. No more issues. Okay. Those candles are normally $30. Tonight only, they're $20 a piece. Said she's going to put a gold coin in my next one. I am. I probably owe you one, Lucy. I know I owe Kim one. I know I owe Dawn Marie one. I actually owe Kim two. Hey, Kim's daughter. I owe you one too. Want to purchase. All right. So on the website right now, it's $20 for either one of those candles. And it also, with every candle order, this is all going to go on the website. I just really haven't had time. But with every candle order, I'm now giving away free wax melt. Not a whole case, not a whole 6-pack, but one free wax melt of the scent of the month. So people that have order a lot of wax melts or have a subscription are also getting the scoopables. Those are being thrown in there. I think Lab got a scoopable. I have to ask her. If she's in here, I can ask her. So I am very excited about the future of the website, future of my candles. I'm going to start breaking stuff up into collections, and I'm very excited. So that's it. So it's $20 for tonight only. Normally they're $30. And no matter when you order it, everybody gets a free wax melt. And I'm going to do the same I'm going to do another candles tomorrow. No, I'm sorry, over the weekend when I have everything all said and done. So there's that. What's a scoopable? I'll show you what a scoopable is. A scoopable is a wickless candle. So, hold on. Alright, so it's a scoopable. It comes in a small jar. I should probably go get one. It'll probably be a lot easier than trying to explain it. So hold on, let me go grab one. What's the matter, pumpkin? Whoops. Okay. So this is a scoopable. And pop it open. And you have the wax like a candle. Except you get this cute little spoon to scoop it up and put it in your wax melter. So you could scoop up a lot, you could scoop up a little. It smells so good. And that's a scoopable. It's kind of like a wax melt without being a melt.
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet.
Oh, shut up, Alexa. Then you have this kind of scoopable. Same thing. That one's coffee. And then you have the big one. Which I know someone like Lucy will order the big one. But then you have a big one that comes with a spoon that's connected. And you just scoop it up. This is an 8-ounce candle. And then you just scoop it. So you decide how much you want to put in your wax melter. You can use a lot, you can use a little. You don't have to worry about breaking. They call it, in general, they market it as a wickless candle. I like scoopables. I was like, I want to call that scoopables. So, not Sharon. And so, yeah, the scoopables are awesome. They're absolutely awesome. And you don't have to worry about wicks. You don't have to worry about anything. I love the scoopables. They're easy. They're great. You're very small up in that corner. I know because I'm supposed to run a video on the big one. But, and then like with this one, when you're done, you just put it back on. And you can never lose the spoon. I'm still figuring out a way that I can attach these to these. So, without losing it. But I do have a lot of these in both sizes, small and big, that come with the spoon. And that's it. So those are, the scoopables are actually very inexpensive. I think I have them for like $10. They're not expensive. And that's what a scoopable is. I'm sticking on my chair. And all of that can be found on intrepidcandlecompany.com. Which candle's now $30? Neither. Because I lowered the price for tonight for the girl and the other one to $20 for the night. Arch's mom, yes, Arch's mom is making candles for the UK. Thank you so much, Bonnie. If you want, I could get you her information. She was, remember I told you guys that I was like, secretly, I knew somebody that was kind of working the Australian market, but she didn't know if she was going to do it. It was Arch's mom. I just didn't want to say anything until she was ready. But yeah, she's been selling them. Thanks, Scoop. Scoop, you got to get a scoopable. And that's it. So that's what I have for you guys tonight. Like I said, everything has been rushed. I didn't really have time to plan it all out like I had envisioned, like I planned on doing all week. I didn't bring a laptop when I went for surgery, which I so should have. But meanwhile, I slept anyway. Hey, Robbie. Meanwhile, I slept anyway, but there's that. It would make sense if you got one. Let me see. What do I have a scoopable? Yeah, I think I have a scoopables at 10. Oh, it's 10. Oh, yeah. I have it for $10 per ounce. This is 1 ounce. So one of these are 10, which it really gives you a lot more than the wax melts because you're pulling the scoop. Actually, I think this is 2 ounces, but I'm considering it an ounce because I have so many of these. So these are 10. The scoop needs a scoopable. Just ordered a bipolar candle. Awesome, Susan. Awesome, awesome. Hey, Adrian. All right. Any questions about any candles? Janie Bobini is over on her live praising you. Ah, thank you. For what? Praising me for what? All right. Let's get into it. Betty Broderick. Betty. So, actually, before we get into Betty Broderick, I gotta show you guys this video. This video is insane. Insane. So, remember earlier in my live, on my first live earlier, somebody was talking about, is anyone talking about the guy that is representing himself in a double murder, and we didn't really know what he was talking about? Whoa, check this out. Hold on. Hang on, I gotta get a link. Okay. All right. Mind you, this is a guy who is representing himself in the court. This happened today. And welcome to our justice system. Hang on.
Is going to show. Lying. Fabricating. Fictitious government you ever seen.
This.
Can you imagine? Like, seriously fucking imagine? The jury has seen this guy for the first time during this. This is... Oh, Carol, you're watching it? The first time the jury meets this guy, this is what he acts like. Wow. He scared me too. I jumped. I was like, holy shit. So, yeah. This will be an interesting trial. This is a trial I will fucking watch. And probably love it. Because I usually get bored with trials. Trials bore me to tears. This guy, this seems like a pretty good fucking trial. I know, that was sad. I watched a piece of that. That is sad. So what happened? Well, let me give you a little background on the case. He murdered his baby's mama, his daughter, and he tried to kill his son. And he stabbed his son multiple times. Something O'Neill. Ronnie O'Neill, maybe? And it's going on now. Oh, hey, Veruca. And so his son survived, actually. So he ended up going, I guess, jail informants. But he ended up having his son testified today. And what's really sad is he's playing his own attorney. So he had to cross-examine his son. His son was 8 at the time. He's now 11. And it was really heartbreaking to watch his son say, Dad, you tried to kill me. It seems that he stabbed Ronnie O'Neill. It seems he stabbed his dad. He stabbed his son multiple times and tried to set him on fire. The cops eventually got there. his son went running out on a front lawn and just said, "Help me," and passed out. And thank God he survived. I really can't run Court TV. I just knew I was playing less than a minute. Court TV has struck me more than once. Yeah, it's crazy. And I try to get the full one, but the full one, you could barely hear him. But here's more of it. Hold on.
Evidence is going to show.
This is the first impression jurors received of Ronnie O'Neal, the Riverview man charged in a gruesome rampage that killed his girlfriend, his young daughter, and nearly killed his 8-year-old son. O'Neal, representing himself, shouted at the jury during his opening statement.
And the evidence is going to show that law enforcement tampered with evidence.
But the state says evidence is indisputable that the only person responsible for the violent attack on his family is Ronnie O'Neal. And it starts with a 911 call from Kenyatta Barron, O'Neal's girlfriend.
She made that call with fear in her voice.
Kenyatta can be heard pleading for her life. Prosecutors say by then she'd already been shot. And while the recording continued, they say O'Neal can be heard beating her with a shotgun.
The evidence will show that that was just the beginning. That's just the beginning of what happened this evening.
Investigators say after killing Kenyatta, O'Neal brutally murdered his 9-year-old daughter, Ranivia, and tried to stab to death his 8-year-old son, also named Ronnie, before setting him and the house on fire.
And it's just the beginning of what became an odyssey for this little boy.
Oh, no shit, Carol.
An odyssey of violence, an odyssey of brutality.
The little boy, however, survived the attack, barely.
But the words that came out of this little boy's mouth were not a cry for help. They were not a help me or a painful cry. They will tell you the first words that came out of this little brave boy's mouth. My daddy killed my mommy. The evidence is going to show my son did not see me murder his mom. The evidence is going to show.
Where do you think, Dawn
He did
Marie?
not see me shoot his mom.
I'll give you one guess, Dawn Marie.
And Ronnie O'Neal has indicated that he plans to argue that he acted in self-defense. Meanwhile, his son, Ronnie IV, is expected to testify in this case. Right now, he's 11 years old at this point. This happened 3 years ago. And he's going to testify in the coming days. Chris?
11 years old and saw things as an 8-year-old that no one should ever see, and will now be on the other side of
it's Florida.
Possibly putting his father away for life or more. A lot to come on this trial here as it just gets underway. Aaron Mesmer live for us in Hillsborough County.
So I will be covering that trial. That's a trial that I could totally get into. But I wanted to show you guys that because it was sent to me today. Crazy. And I do remember, though, that the story about a son that was adopted by the cop. I didn't realize it was this case. I had no idea it was this case. Crazy. Teen love. Are you in or out? Teenagers. So yeah, so tomorrow you can find me watching that trial. As long as it's on other things than Court TV, because I can't stream Court TV. Court TV doesn't like me. I've been taking a break, but I'm in the Broderick case, so I stopped by. Banana, I am about to start talking about it. Hey, Meerkat. Jamie just had a good live about you. She says you're a boss. Aw, thanks. Why'd she have a live about me, though? What happened? All right, you guys can tell me later. He's saying his baby mom and daughter trying to harm him or something, anything justify themselves. It's crazy. Crazy. But they don't have a choice. The courts don't have a choice about somebody representing themselves. They really don't. If somebody wants to represent himself, it's their right. Judges don't like it, but it's their right. In a way, it's a good thing because they're going to crash and burn. But what the judge did say, though, that they had he was very meticulous with his notes. He looked at his notes. He was very well prepared, and that he would have had a bigger leg up if he hadn't have freaked out like that on the jury in opening statement. He was trying to be dramatic, but he was a bit over the top. Well, I'll have to tell Jane. I'll have to watch it after this. Hopefully she won't erase it. All right, let's get into Betty. All right. We have all seen Betty Broderick. We all know the case. You would have to be living under a rock to not know the Betty Broderick case. If for some reason you were living under a rock or you weren't born yet, because a lot of you guys might not even been born yet, in San Diego in, God, what year was it? 80? 89, I think? I don't know. She was on trial in 91. So Betty Broderick was a normal housewife who met her husband when they were teenagers. She truly wanted a better life. He was trying to go to school to be a successful lawyer. She put him through law school. She stood by his side. They ended up having, I think, 5 kids. But she pretty much gave up her life to be his wife. It paid off in the end. They got money. They got fortunes. Hey, Daria. They got everything. And she was the perfect little wife. As time went on, now mind you, she has no criminal record. She has no history of any kind of brain problems, no ADHD, bipolar, none of that. I don't know if it existed then, but there was no problems with her. She could hold jobs. She was a wonderful mom. She was on the PTA. No signs of anything bad or that she was fucked up or anything like that. Now, she stated that she found out that her husband was cheating. A husband that she stood by through thick and thin. A husband that she did everything for. Her hotshot attorney husband is now cheating on her. She knew it in her heart, but she let it go. And she looked the other way because she did not want to end up in a divorce. Well, he wasn't letting her look the other way, and he wanted out. And being that he was a hotshot attorney, he definitely got out. But he made her lose her mind in the process. Now, this is where fact goes to opinion. This is strictly my opinion. Strictly my opinion. She put him through medical. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot. She went through medical school first, then he dropped out and he wanted to be an attorney. I forgot about that. That's what happens when you go by strictly memory. Here is where facts turn into an opinion. I have been there. I have been in that custody fight. And being that they reran it now, I firmly believe that she's not crazy. I firmly believe he made her crazy. He made her so fucked up mentally that she ended up killing him. What happens after that is a product of the court, is a product of the system, is a product of, oh my God, now what? What a lot of people don't realize is that the courts have not updated their shit since probably 1929. It's the same crap over and over and over. He had so much power. he had so much pull in the courts that there's no way she could have won. Like, there was one point where she thought she was going to hurt him and dropped her kids off at him. Now, very, very few people know how to handle a custody fight or what to do. If Brad hadn't have got the attorney so quickly, where I got an attorney so quickly, I may not have my children today. And I mean that honestly. I was very much like Betty Broderick, except without the murder. But I was ballistic. Like, you're cheating on me, you're come to pick up your son with your new girlfriend, like flaunting it. And he wasn't an attorney, but he had money. And if, you know, the mistakes that were made ahead of time, he had the nanny. You know, we had the nanny with the kids. I would come home from work and there'd be him sitting there with the nanny, kids all loving him. I had no idea he just went through my whole upstairs and took all my jewelry. I had no idea he took my phones. You know, nanny let him go upstairs. Hey, he was paying her. Paid, took everything. I still never got my phones back. So, I mean, there's just things that, this was before attorneys, but people don't realize how bad someone can fuck you up if they know what they're doing. And he did everything in his power to try to make me look like I was crazy, to the point that you started to question, was Laura crazy? That's the judges seemed to think that we were on equal ground. No, we weren't on equal ground. That's how they were. Betty Broderick was perfectly fine until he fucked her up. She was perfectly fine until he started fucking with her and he was flaunting it. And, you know, should she have drove into his house? Absolutely not. She should have never done that. But it was the 80s and you don't know what somebody's going to do. I mean, she just spent her whole life. She didn't know what she was going to do. Should she have moved on? Absolutely. Did she like the fight? Maybe. Maybe she grew as accustomed to the fight as she did the making up. And I can relate to that. And we went at it for 6 years. I sometimes wonder if I got addicted to the fighting. I know he did. He just kept it going. So, you know, I hear a lot of people say that Betty Broderick is this horrible person and she's crazy and she's fucked up. And after I listened to it again, you know what? I don't think she's fucked up. I think he did it to her. I think that he 150% did it to her. And I think it's sad, but it's true. She bugged out and pew pew. What do you mean pew pew? The book was good too. The case hits close to home. My ex cheated on me, but denied it. We're just friends. I'm telling you, I once brought Dayton to see Brad. Dayton was probably like 1.5. I knew what I was doing. I knew that there was another girl there. But, you know, I'm acting like I didn't know. I mean, when you are at that point, you're crazy. And Betty Broderick was fucking crazy. But she wasn't crazy because she's always been crazy. She was crazy because Dan made her crazy. Now, did that justify her killing him? No. But I just think a lot of people mistake, you know, how she acted afterwards as how she was before. But when you look into a record, there's no record of her being ever in trouble, ever having domestic violence. There's nothing. Just like me, when I would tell the cops, I didn't become a criminal in 2010. Nobody becomes a criminal at like 40 years old. I said, but, you know, between 2010 and 2014 was our custody fight. That was the heaviest time of our custody fight. That's when I got charges on my record. But I never spotless. My record was spotless before that. What does that tell you? You know, and that's what Dan did to her. So I just, yeah, gaslighting. He did gaslight her. Hey, Bethany. It must have made her. He did make her snap. She was denied parole again. I know. She lost everything. Now, he was paying her enough money, but he was also fucking with her head in the process. And there's nothing like somebody fucking with your head. So at one point, she drops the kids off and says, well, you have them. Thinking, like, and I understand this, that he's going to be like, no, I don't want them. You know, you take care of them. Everyone said she was a wonderful mom. And she said, okay. You know, and he said, fine, I'm going to keep them then. Not expecting that. And a lot of people said that to me too. Why don't you just give Dayton to Brad and not have this fighting? I said, over my dead body. That'll never happen. So I know that if I would have dropped Dayton off, Dayton would still be there. Like, maybe not at this point, but Dayton would still be there. Like, that's what they wanted. So I really, after listening to the retrial again today, I just kept thinking, you know what? This is so wrong on so many levels, because so many people think that, you know, Betty Broderick was this, you know, psychopath. And no, I don't think so. I think he made her a psychopath. And she was hurt. I think he's a narcissist. I think all these experts back then that talk about, you know, how she had this narcissistic streak in her. No, that was him. That was 100% him. And it just, these experts only showed me that the courts still have no clue how to handle custody fights. They never will, ever. It's horrible. They really need to learn how to handle custody fights and narcissists in court and giving court orders and everything. I cringe every single night that when my son is not home. There's nothing I can do, though. Nothing I can do, especially because he lives in the state of Iowa. And if I do not bring my son to him, Dayton is now of age that he can pick where he wants to live, which would be my worst fucking fear. And there's no way. But I don't have a choice but to give my son to him. I can handle as an adult. But as far as my son goes, I was hoping that Dayton didn't want to go or something. But there's nothing I can do. Nope, Denise, I don't agree with that. I do not agree with that. She did not use her kids as pawns. She used her kids the way that every single custody fight parent uses their children. I hate to say it, but it's true. Every single parent in a custody fight has used their kids for some kind of leverage. Every one of them. I did it. Everyone I know in high tumultuous custody fights, you do it. Just like we always say, like, we won. We didn't win. There's no winning. It's a child. I know it was California. He's not a prized possession. He's a child. But yet every single custody fight, you'll always hear, we won. What'd you really win? She had a breakdown and became odd. Exactly. I totally agree she had a breakdown. Definitely going to watch it. Oh, yeah. See, we watched that last year. That's why I was confused. I was like, is there something new on? You can be pushed so far. I agree with that. Totally agree with that. Oh, Kim, you haven't seen it yet? It's really good. So where did it play last year? If Netflix is just showing it this year. Didn't Netflix play it last year? Or was it on regular TV? Maybe it was on regular TV. Yeah, but that Dirty John is from last year. It just ran somewhere else. I forgot where. crazy. Crazy, crazy. Nail Tech told me about. No, it's really good. It happens to be really good. But I just think there's so much confusion about. There really is so much confusion about custody fights, and you're right. It was in the 80s, but custody hasn't changed. Custody fights have not changed. Laws have not changed. Attorneys have not changed. The courts have not changed. It's horrible. Yeah, I've been rewatching it now. Like, I was watching it earlier today just to see what has changed. It's crazy. But I'm telling you, the way the courts handle custody fights, it's crazy. There are also 2 Lifetime of Betty Broderick story and What's Her Name and the mom from Family Ties. Yeah, those are old, though. This is Dirty John, and I know it. I watched it. Yeah, it was on last year. I just don't remember what channel it was on. Aren't these laws? These laws will never change. They are as old as the hills, and they just won't change. So actually, I shouldn't say that. Certain states change. Illinois is a good state. Illinois has updated their custody laws. Oh, it was on Bravo. Yeah, you're right. It was on Bravo. Okay. That's why so many people didn't see it. Did show more of her early days being married to Dan. Exactly. Divorce court is the most corrupt there is. Damn right it is. It's not only corrupt, it's wrong on so many levels. They could care less about children. I've seen so many crazy things happen in family court. Whether it be my case, somebody else's case, just the craziest things. Just unbelievable. And this is one of those cases. She was just denied parole, and they were giving her kids a chance to see if she can come out. Oh, that was the other thing. Hold on. That was the other thing I wanted to find out, and I totally forgot. Bear with me a second. All right. Hold on. All right. So another thing that these experts did not take into consideration, by the time she went to court, it was like 3 years later. She was already institutionalized. So what I was looking up was, how long does it take to actually get institutionalized? If you're not sure what institutionalized is, institutionalized means that you are behind bars. You're being told what to do, how to do it, when to do it. You just get into a routine to the point where your brain just is like mush, like you're so used to taking orders that you don't know what it's like not to take an order. You don't know what it's like. Someone tells you when to eat, shit, everything, that you're like a walking shell. That's all you know. People fight it all the time, but that's what institutionalized is. So she goes to court 3 years later, and they're wondering why she may not remember something or why she acts a certain way. Did you ever hear of the term institutionalized? So that's would explain why she did some of the things she did or said some of the things she did. Also, the reason I don't think that she should ever be out of jail, only because she is so institutionalized that I don't think she can even handle outside of jail at this point. But yeah, I understand over 40 years ago, went through it with the twins' dad. I fought, and I guess I won. Exactly. But I just think she's too institutionalized. Do I think she deserves to be in jail? Not really. But I think she should have been let out a long time ago. I personally, back then, would I have hung her? Maybe. Would I have done it now? No. Do I think she would have got the same sentence now as she did then? No, I don't. I think she would have probably gotten out. But I think it's sad that, she just... Even the things that they try to use against her for court, saying that, like I heard this today, saying that, oh, well, you have to understand that you said that you had a jury eating out of your hands. And that tells me that she doesn't know, like, why would she tell a guard this? Because she doesn't know the system? That's why she would tell a guard that. I don't think she should have gotten the sentence she shouldn't have. Clara Harris from Houston, who ran over a cheating dentist husband, only served 15 years and released 2018. Yep. Yeah, but she had remorse. I think she had remorse. Betty Broderick still has no remorse. She's never apologized. She is not sorry for what she did. And to be honest with you, I kind of understand it. Her whole life is in jail. She's like 80 years old. She's going to go to a grave and not have to answer to anything. I don't blame her. I don't think I would fucking do it. I wouldn't do it either. It is man bashing, Badger. Don't cheat and you don't have to worry about getting killed. I don't know what to tell you. So, Badger, as long as you don't cheat, we're good. You don't have to worry about me stabbing you in the middle of the night. Badger, that's her mom. I don't know if you realize that, Badger. That's her mom. Not a friend, it's her mom. Betty still thinks she was right. I kind of think she was right, too. If someone fucks with you that hard and fucks with your brain that much, yeah, you probably are going to kill him. It went too far, and it was an all-around nightmare. Badger needs to sleep with one eye open. So, and that's another thing. A lot of people don't talk about what happened in family court enough, and they need to. So, that's what I had for tonight. All right, I feel bad for children growing up with no parents. I agree with you. And our kids are divided. Half our kids understand, half our kids want it, half our kids don't. It does kind of look like Ben. But she was just a normal, healthy, happy person. He's the one that fucked her up. Should she have killed him? No. Were there options that she could have taken? Yes. She shouldn't have ever killed him. Dan played dirty to the extreme. Absolutely. Because he knew the laws. The judges around him played dirty to the extreme. It's bullshit. All it took was a little bit of power. Well, now you know why you're dead. And unfortunately, though, we'll never know the complete story. Oh, I gotta check to see if they got me already. I have 2 copyrights. Someone's been reporting me. What's your take on Jodi Arias? What, on Jodi Arias? That bitch deserves to fry like a bug. Like a mosquito in a light. She cray-cray. Full speed ahead, but we'll let you walk a little. Thanks. There's law and books regarding crimes of passion for a defense. He was friends with all the judges. Every single one of them. That's why it's so frustrating. Jodi Arias guilty as a motherfucker. Guilty, guilty, guilty. But, I mean, you gotta respect her, though. I'm a Jodi Arias case walking Wikipedia. You gotta respect somebody who spent 40-something years in jail and still will not apologize. That takes balls. That's conviction. I can respect that kind of conviction. He was Attorney of the Year. That's what I'm saying. You gotta respect that kind of conviction. I know I do. Do I agree with it? No. He was president of the Bar Association. He was a hotshot attorney who did whatever he could and just wanted that young piece of ass. So, how'd you like that young piece of ass when you're dead? My neighbor killed her husband and hit him. She got 7 years. She served 3.5. He did beat her. See? But she may have apologized. Allegedly, Betty didn't get out because she never apologized. But I don't think I don't think people give Betty enough credit. I don't think she wanted to apologize. I don't think she wanted out. If she got out, she had nothing. She had no life. She had no money. She had nothing. And I really think that she made herself crazy. I think that a lot of it was an act. And I think she was scared to ever get out. And that was her little safe haven. I really believe that. Maybe they'll look at her differently. I don't know. She knew she would never win in family court. The mother and son found dead in a legal dynasty family murder. I don't know what you're talking about. But she never had a chance in family court. She was going to lose it all. That's a fact. So, but I'm going to shut down. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to find that case where I can stream it, and I'm going to stream it here. That Ronnie O'Neill case, that crazy man, that looks like a good trial. So I will see you guys back here tomorrow. And that's it. Don't forget, order your candles. They'll be on sale for $20 till tomorrow. Scoopables on sale. And that's it. I will see you guys later. I'll see you guys in the morning. Have a wonderful night. And peace out.